You may be wondering what happens when we raise something to the power of 0. So let's think about using that last rule. If we had something like, let's go 3 to the 4th over 3 to the 4th. Well, of course, we're taking a number divided by itself. That should be equal to 1. But also, according to that last property, well, this should be the same thing as 3 to the 0, because this is 4 minus 4 is 0. So 3 raised to the power of 0 should be equal to 1. And in general, any number raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1, as long as that some number is not 0. 0 to the 0 is something else. But yeah, any non-zero number raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Alright, so x to the 5th over x to the 5th is, well, x to the 0, and that's equal to 1. Alright, so this 3x squared quantity raised to the power of 0, we have taking this entire thing raised to the power of 0, which is going to give us 1. That's what that says. This one right here, it's not the entire thing that's raised to the power of 0. It's actually just this one single part that's raised to the power of 0. So y to the 0 is equal to 1. So this is saying we're taking 2 times x squared times 1 times z cubed, which is the same thing as not having that y to the 0 written there at all. Which begs the question, why in the world would we bother saying something like this happens? Well, this gives us kind of some continuity. We can see what happens, or you can think about what happens if we have y to the 3rd. This is the same as having y times y times y. 3 copies of the y. Y squared is having y times y. It's having 2 copies of the y. Y to the 1st is having 1 copy of the y. Y to the 0 is not having any copies of the y. And so, because I want to have something written there, I'm going to just say it's equal to 1. And if we continue this on, y to the negative 1, we can actually get what's going to happen in the next section. I'm going to hold off on that, though. I'll finish this one up. 7x to the 0, well, the x is raised to the power of 0, so that part goes away. This is 7 times 1, which is 7.